Hey guys, and welcome to a day in the life of me in September. Today we're just going to go through my day, and this starts bright and early, 6:15-ish. I have always been an early riser, so this is not unusual for me. And as you can see, I am just dashing out of bed, very much looking forward to starting the day. This is an unusual day for me in the sense that I have plans and I'm actually going to be leaving my house. So here I go.
Vlogging time. Good morning. We are going to take you on a journey. I've never done this before, where I do, I think, like a full day of me just kind of taking you on my day. That is not like a travel vlog, because it's not a travel vlog. This is me just like doing, full get ready with me and like, you know, whatever. It is, what time is it? It's not 6:52. It's earlier than that. It's like 6:45-ish in the morning. And we're gonna take a shower now and we're gonna just like get ready for the day, and I'm gonna make some breakfast. And today I'm going to a vintage show with a friend of mine, a musician friend of mine, and we're just gonna go, we're not gonna go shopping. We're just gonna look, because that's what we do. We look. And that's pretty much it. So just do some little content update at the same time, because I haven't done anything on this channel in a really long time, so I figure that's a really good time to do all those things all at the same time. Let's do that. Let's do all those things all at the same time.
So this is me making my bed. I kept this in because it's part of my day. And yes, I do have a Thane Krios body pillow on my bed because I am one of those Mass Effect super fans. And specifically a super fan of Thane Krios. Don't come for me. Let me fly my geek flag. For the longest time I never made my bed, but now I make a point to do it every morning. And I find it calming. Nothing matches on my bed either. I don't care anymore.
Okay, so hi guys. So we're gonna do something that I've never done on this channel before, which is the get ready with me. I know. I'm gonna title this, I think, every cliche YouTuber video that you find on this platform. So there's gonna be like an apology in here, there's gonna be like a get ready with me, there's going to be like follow me for a day. Yeah, it's gonna be everything all in one video. It's gonna be great, and I apologize for the sound of my dehumidifier that's in the background. It's gonna be very fucking loud, and there's something I can do about it. That's just what you're gonna have to deal with for the duration of this video. First step, of course, we've all watched, well, maybe some of you haven't, but we've all watched one of those YouTuber videos where first thing they do is they prep their skin. So the first thing I'm gonna use is this Glow Recipe Pomegranate Peptide Firming Serum, which looks like this. It's new. Don't usually use Glow Recipe things because they normally break me out, but apparently now it doesn't. So it doesn't. Fun fact, I used to actually have a beauty YouTube channel. I deleted it though. And it was only dedicated to skincare because I can't do makeup, but I was obsessed with skincare for only like clean skincare. So yeah, it was when I was living overseas and I was like buying a lot of, like doing a lot of natural skincare and stuff like that. So like I had a blog dedicated to it and stuff, and I abandoned it after a while, but it was really fun. And I didn't have any subscribers, but it was just fun for me to do for a while. And yeah, now you know. Yeah, so I actually really like this stuff. I don't know if it's doing anything, but it smells nice. And also, normally I can't put anything on my face that has fragrance in it, but because usually it breaks me out. But this hasn't yet. But yeah, so far so good. I mean, my face is just blotchy all the time, so there's that. Then I am gonna go in with the Dermalogica Intensive Moisture Balance. I actually have oily, like, combination skin, and this is for their dry skin girlies or people, but I find that I prefer this one. I don't use eye cream, although there is an eye cream that I am eyeing that I'm going to pick up. It's the Jordan Samuel one. Samuel Skin. They don't sell it in Canada. I have to order it from the US, which sucks. And I also use a vitamin C cream or like serum that I had to order from the US, which also sucks. So many things that there's available in the US that I have to order. It's annoying, but yeah, gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Sometimes I also like use like an ice roller on my face sometimes when I'm like really puffy in the morning, because it is quite early still. It's like 7 something in the morning. Also because it helps my migraines. If I have like feeling migrainey in the morning, I'll like just ice my face. So yeah, there's that. Then I also always, because I do use retinol and also like AHA stuff during the week, I go in with the Elta MD UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46. It's the tinted one, obviously, because I'm a brown girly, and this still gives me a white cast though, even if it is tinted, and yeah, it's very glowy, unfortunately. But anyways, so I'll give you a life update. I know that it's been 1,000 years since I've given any sort of life update here on this channel. I, for a while, didn't know what to post on here because I was focusing way more on live streaming on Twitch, but even on there, I wasn't really doing much. I was focusing more like just on chatting and having like kind of a free format on there and just kind of chatting on whatever. So yeah, I was just kind of not having any kind of topic. I was just kind of talking about whatever, and which was really fine for a while. But then, you know, kind of fast forward, I don't even know what I talked about last in my last update. I think my last update was like in 2021 when I was thinking about taking Simulacrum, my last release under Amphibious Assault, thinking about taking that on tour and doing stuff like that. And since COVID was still kind of raging, like still kind of around, I decided not to because I do have like health issues and stuff like that. I didn't feel comfortable doing that quite yet. And I put that on the back burner. And now I still feel like I could do that. It would be lovely if I could somehow put that together. I've also toyed with the idea of maybe trying to get a record company to support me to do that. That would also be one avenue that I could use to try and like put that together, because I don't think I would be able to self-fund a tour or something like that. So I think that was where I was kind of the last life update. I was trying to do something there. So I don't know what I'm gonna do for a look today, because that's how I prep my skin. I don't really do anything else. Still look like the Crypt Keeper. So for foundation, what are we dealing with? So I use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I know I'm fucking bougie as hell. And I also use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. Now the stick, I use Y415, which is way too light for my skin right now because I'm still tan from summer. And then I use Giorgio Armani 7, which is also way too light for my skin because I'm tanned. Because they actually don't have, like 7.5 is too dark. So I have to use a lot of bronzer to kind of make it look somewhat okay for me. But I'm like taking the last dregs of it and putting it on my face. Don't worry, I'm using a new Q-tip every time. From that point, I said, okay, I'm gonna see if I can, well, I'm gonna be working on a new album. And I had grand plans to do a double album. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a double album for Amphibious Assault. Okay, now it is completely done. There's no more product left in this. That was my plan, was to do a double album. Now, as you can imagine, double albums are very expensive. They are not cheap, and I mean, it would have been about, or I mean, it is about 20 something songs, right? And I had about that in bits and pieces, like in my vault of songs, like kind of ready to go. Not ready to go, but like in bits and pieces across, like in my voice memos, in Ableton, which is what I primarily use to do my thing, like songwriting wise and whatnot. So that was my plan, was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Then when I started to price it all out, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to afford to release an entire double album. It's just like, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So then what I decided to do was to actually break it up into a series of EPs, which I have kind of succeeded in doing. The first one, and I already came up with the name. The name of the album, as it is called Borders of Distant Worlds. The concept for it is a space travel album, as you can tell by the name. And it is about all of my albums have like kind of like a theme and a story. It's about a woman, a black or brown woman, who travels to a distant world, and her travels and her encounters with peoples in distant lands, basically. And ow, I just touched my eyeball with the brush. Ugh. Anyway, so that was the plan, was that I was gonna do a bunch of like EPs, basically. And yeah, so Borders of Distant Worlds, the first one, called Part 1, is complete. And on Borders of Distant Worlds Part 1 has a cover of the band Imagination. They were a really popular, like kind of like pop disco band that were really huge in the UK. Not so much in North America, but they were on heavy rotation in my family, in my house. And I heard them a lot when I was growing up. And anyway, so I heard them and I'm like, oh my God, I need to cover one of their songs, because it was just, I loved it. I loved it when I was a kid. Sorry, I just had to stop recording because I realized that my makeup was peeling off completely, and that's never happened before, and I've done this like step routine 1,000 times, and maybe because I wasn't actually like looking at what I was doing, but like that I was noticing that I was like, oh, it's peeling off, what the hell is happening? Anyways, I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I ended up doing, or wanting to do that cover, did the cover, and now I'm in the EP is done, everything is recorded, everything is mixed and mastered, and I am at the point where I need to get the clearance to get the rights to release the song. That has not been easy. As you know, I have covered In Your Room by Depeche Mode years and years and years ago, almost 20 years ago. Actually, exactly 20 years ago. And that was easy as pie. Never had any problems. It did one and done and never had any problems. This has been huge issues. This is insane. Anyways, so I'm hoping that I can get that resolved so that I can release the song, because I really quite like it, and I think it'd be, you know, nice to have out there. But I mean, this is the games we play when we when we want to release covers, I guess. But I didn't realize it was going to be this difficult. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to release this song, and I don't care what anybody says. So, anyways, I'm already kind of, well, not kind of, I'm already working on the next installment, which is going, well, I'm not going to tell you what it's called yet, but it is going to be called Borders of Distant Worlds, and it's going to have another title. So it's the second installment, and it'll be another collection of songs. The first one is a collection of songs which includes Brainwaves, which I had already released back in April of this year. So it'll be 6 songs, but it's, when this EP is released, it'll include 5 new songs, but including Brainwaves. So that is hopefully will be released this year, part 1, but that's pending getting this mess of getting the rights resolved, so that I can release this as a full, because I really don't understand what the issue is. It's just absolutely ridiculous that you know, I'm literally wanting to do this correctly. I want to give them their money, but you know, they're just like with their freaking thumbs. Anyways, what other life updates do I have? Acting stuff has been bad this year. It's been a really bad year because so the strikes in the US certainly affect us up here, because so many things are filmed in Canada, especially in Toronto and in Vancouver. So yeah, pretty much, I mean, I wasn't really auditioning a lot to begin with, but yeah, things have slowed down to a snail's pace in terms of auditions. I was auditioning for really just Canadian projects, and I wasn't really auditioning for a lot of Canadian projects anyways, so it was like, anyways, I had to get I was probably gonna have to get a full-time job anyways, so I had to look for full-time work in the meantime, and so now I'm working for the government. I know, working for the man. I was working for the government previously anyways, but so that was not a transition that was unfamiliar to me. And yeah, so I'm just doing that, which is fine. I don't know if that's going to be something that I will continue doing, meaning that I don't know if they will keep me. So I don't know what's going to happen after that. And then, like, my life is just a series of uncertainty, and that has always been like that. Just constant uncertainty. Nothing is ever set in stone. Somewhat envy people that have just comfortable lives. Just always have predictability, and they are very stable and whatever, but my life has never been like that. It's always been unpredictable, always been like that. Oh, like, I've always felt like I've lived out of a suitcase. It feels like that. I don't know if that's actually true necessarily. Like, even being in the band, like, felt like lived out of a suitcase, and then I wasn't in the band anymore, and then I didn't. That was also super uncertain time for me, and then I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, and then still don't know what I'm going to do with my life, and I'm literally now I'm 40 and I still don't know what's happening. Like, all that to say, like, I don't know what's happening next, and maybe that's just my life path. I just don't know what's happening. I will never know what's happening, and that's okay. And I've just kind of learned to accept that, and that's okay. Or maybe I just need to learn to accept that. Okay, maybe I'm going a little heavy-handed, going a little crazy with the bronzer. Gotta get bronze, J-Lo. And I haven't booked anything this year as in acting. Like, not one thing. I've come close once this year. That's okay. I've been blessed since 2019, booking consistently, and have been really, really lucky up until this point. And this has just been not a good year, not a good booking year. And that's perfectly fine that I'm not having a good year this year. I was saying that to my producing partner, because on the film side related to acting, we are, for those of you that don't know, I also own a film production company. We, along with my film producing partner, we wrote and are producing a short film that we are going to be filming at the end of January into February, and it is a sci-fi film that we're excited to finally put together. We were supposed to film it in April of this year, but it got pushed till next year, because as it does with like funding and availability and whatever. So we're really excited to finally get that started. And it's been a long time coming, because really we've been trying to get it off the ground since like 2020. And I think like 3 years later, way longer than that. 3 years later. Well, we kind of conceived of doing some kind of short film in 2019. But anyways, we are finally getting it together, because we got funding for it and whatever. So it's finally coming together, and now it's happening, which is great. We got a team together, and we're gonna finally, gotta do this. Sorry, very important. This is the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Mist. I love this stuff. Even though I have oily skin, or like combo, whatever, I still use it. And then I use this CosRX like Clear Fit Master Patch thing to set it. It's just funny. People use like these fancy fans and stuff. I'm like, oh no, we don't got time for that. I'm using this like this thing. When we're also acting in it, we're the stars of the short film. So it's really just like a showcase of our acting chops, and it will be probably the only thing that I act in next year. So anyways, here we go for brows. I need to buy a new, but yeah, I'm excited for that. That'll be nice. Okay, brows are done. Now, as you can tell, okay, well, maybe not done. Never mind. One side is a little thicker than the other. You won't be able to tell on camera, but I ran out of my like main color. So they're a little bit lighter than they should be. I'm using the e.l.f. Precision Brow, or Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I bought the wrong color originally. There's only like 3 colors. I think there's taupe, brunette, and something else. And I brought brunette, and the brunette color is very warm. Taupe is the color that is very like neutral. Yeah, that's the one that I ran out of. Yeah, it's still way too thick. Whatever. I hate my brows. The over tweezing in the 90s, not it. And this one was very thick, and this one is like, I tweezed the shit out of it back in the day. And actually, you know what? I didn't actually I tweezed the shit out of it in the early 2000s. Like, I had really thin brows, because I wanted like the super thin, like, yeah, I just wanted the super thin goth girl brows, and went a little crazy. And then now I want the kind of thicker, bushy early 90s brows. No, like 80s brows, and now it doesn't exist. Anyways, my nose is running. Don't know why. So that's on that front. Things are happening on that front. It's good. Keeping creative, and that's good. There's trying to keep creative, considering how sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to get out of bed because it's like, I fucking hate my life. You know what I mean? But everybody has those days. Oh, I'm going in with the soft glam. Soft glam is my like go-to, like, because say what you want about Anastasia, but this is a very well-loved palette for me, like very well-loved. Yeah, anyways, we're going in with that, especially for fall. It doesn't really go with my outfit, but anyway, whatever, we're doing it. I don't know what I'm gonna do for an eye look. I think it's just gonna go like kind of latte-esque. So anyway, I don't really know what else besides that's going on. Still have my Patreon if you're interested. Just go check it out, link down below. Don't know if we've added some like movie nights and things like that. So since this will probably be going up in October, by the time you see it, we do have like movie nights and stuff like that, where I will sit and watch movies with you guys, and we also have like listening parties and stuff. I've discovered that there are a lot of really like seminal albums that I've never listened to, like Massive Attack, like their big album Mezzanine, I'd never listened to in its entirety. I'd never listened to it, and I'm like, okay, I need to sit and listen to it. And that it surprised me that there were so many albums like that. So I polled everybody in my Discord, which I will also link down below because it is open to everybody. People can join it. I polled my Discord. I'm like, guys, if there's any albums that you think that we should sit and listen to in its entirety, because I thought that that's a lost art, right? That sitting and listening to an album from start to finish, with the advent of things like Spotify and your Apple Musics and blah, 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 the art of sitting and listening to an album from start to finish is just lost. I do it now when I listen to vinyls. I will listen to the whole thing side to side, like, you have to flip it, of course. And also with tapes. I don't have a tape player, but that was a thing back in the day. That's just such a lost art. I would sit and do that when I listen to tapes. I mean, also listening to CDs too is way more convenient because you don't have to like flip anything, but like sitting and listening to the CD from start to finish, there's an art in that, and there's thought that I do whenever I make CDs. There's thought put into that. The flow of a song list the CD track listing from one song to another. There's thought put into that by the artist. So I think sitting and listening to those albums, especially for ones that are, you know, prior to the 2000s, let's say, there's thought put into that. I don't know, I just really think that there's that if I could impart anything on the new later generations, like sitting and listening to those kinds of albums, those albums are really, it's such a treat to sit and listen to them and be like, oh my god, it's such a, I don't know. And sitting and listening to it with like really good headphones or something like that, I think is really such a an oral orgasm. And I mean aural, like A-U-R-A-L. Is that the way you spell it? I don't know. Anyway, so that's something that you can join in. We haven't done the listening party in a while. I think I don't even remember the last one we did. The first one we did was Sepultura's Roots, which, because it was like the first metal album I ever heard, and absolutely like scared the shit out of me when I first heard it. And I heard the whole thing because it was just, God, it was just such an oral assault that it scarred me for life, but it was also just in a good way, right? It was just like, oh my God, it was so memorable. And there have now been countless albums that I count as albums that have done that to me, that you're just like, oh my God, it's so good. And I don't mean just like, you know, of course there will be songs that stick out to you on the journey that when you listen to it, but yeah, when you're really in it, you're like, oh my God, it's so good. The journey that the artist takes you on is just so good. Notable examples, Portishead's Dummy, and now that I've heard it, Massive Attack's Mezzanine. Oh God, okay. Deftones Around the Fur, I would say, notable example. Korn's first album, I would say, is a notable example. And I'm talking about entire albums, right? I mean, there's so many examples of taking you on this like really, like when you think about Korn's first album, taking you on an entire journey from start to finish, starting with something like Blind and ending like on something like Daddy. Like shit. Wow. Like damn. I mean, I haven't listened to that album in literally years. The last time I listened to it, I was at a party and had a lot to drink. And it was literally years ago. Maybe 8, 9, almost 10 years ago I listened to that album. Somebody put it on and I'm like, oh my, and I was like talking to somebody mid-sentence, I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard this album in so long, and listened to it from start to finish, and I was just like mesmerized, right? In a trance, because it's just one of those albums that just has a lasting effect on you, no matter what age you hear it at. And I mean, there's some elements of it that make me a little cringe, but it has a lasting effect on you. But anyways, so going back to the listening parties, I just feel like that sitting and listening to an album from start to finish is maybe something that maybe, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, don't come for me, is something that is so important, especially those older albums. Anyway, that is something that we do in my Discord. Like I said, I will link it down below. I think what I'll do is, in terms of like my update or get ready life update, I think that's pretty much it. That's all I really have to update you on. I don't really have much else to update you on. So now from this point on, we'll continue on with the take you on the journey of the rest of my day portion of the video. Oh, I'm supposed to meet my friend at about 10:45. So I have to still eat breakfast and clean up a little bit so that it doesn't, so you don't see how much of a pigsty my place is. It's actually not that. I usually keep my place in an orderly state of chaos. And yeah, so I will try and finish the other black eye, and we'll see you in a bit. So we're just about to leave. I need to go pick up some cash because the place that we're going does not, I don't think they accept credit or like debit cards or whatever at the place. So this is my outfit. Cute. Just wearing a skirt with like chunky whatever heels. Can't really see it, I guess. I just wanted to wear like kind of, oh, you can't really see it, can you? I just wanted to wear like kind of 90s-esque. I'm wearing also abalone shell earrings that I bought from an Anishinaabe artist. So yeah, very cool. Yes, there we go. It's better. Let's go.
So what's funny is that we did go to the vintage show, but I didn't film at all while we were there. It was very, very busy and loud, but we just didn't film anything. So after we went, we got a little hungry, so we went to the EASYY restaurant, and I'm still a little bit weird about filming in public because I'm always like terrified of people being like, don't film me. So I filmed the table. The waitress came and gave us our waters. And you'll see in a moment that what I ordered was what I thought was going to be this delicious plate of, you know, overflowing food. And, you know, sometimes you have to manage your expectations when you go to a Greasy Spoon diner. And this is what we got.
Okay, we got a show. Greenest food. I mean, how are you feeling about this?
You did get mayo.
I did get mayo, at least.
We'll see how well I do by the end.
Yeah, we'll see. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
The rest is us going into a variety of vintage stores in the west of Toronto, which was really nice. And then my camera died. So that's all.
Was it 5? 5 or 10?
$5 or 10.
What? 5?
Oh, 5.
4 10? What?
5.
I don't understand.
$5 or 10. It says 5 or 10. Oh, which is it? 5 or 10?
I'm not sure I really understand that.
It's a game. You guess it correctly, then you get to buy it all.
Can you remind
Answer this correctly, you get the whole rack.
Get it wrong, you pay 10.
Okay, so this.
The perfect jewel
Is the
tones.
perfect, like, I don't know, I feel like this is me. This is just like screams. I need a side pony expression.
100%.
Right? I think that it's... Or maybe I'm... Oh, but seriously?
Yes.
Actually? $30.
Yes.
Do you want to try anything? Just grab the fitting room.
Okay, thank you. Color.
Ooh, lips ink. I can go with that too.
Is that the label? Lips ink?
No, I was
you
just saying that. I was just saying lips ink. 100% cotton. Hello.
That's adorable, actually.
I really like it. I would wear this to work.
You could try them both on and see.
Yeah, let's see. Alright, so we are... That's a great table. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh, look at these. Decorated by her. I love anything that's brown. It just reminds me of the 70s. You know. Yes.
Love that.
I like these black ones.
Oh, they're blue. Oh, they're blue. Okay. A little cobalt.
Is it the matching cobalt?
Yeah, love that.
Okay, so I'm home now. I changed because like it's fairly hot today. Actually, there was quite a bit of sun, and my friend Rita, who was my friend that I was traipsing around today with, who was gracious enough to like do a little bit of filming of me walking around and stuff, which was really nice of her. Her and I spent quite a bit of time walking around the city, doing the vintage show, which I took no footage of whatsoever. Spent most of the time talking and didn't do a lot of looking, actually, which, whatever, it is what it is. But like a lot of the prices at the vintage clothing show, they're just like exorbitantly expensive, so I bought absolutely nothing. But we did find a lot of really interesting pieces, of course. Generally, they're always going to be interesting things, but like none of them are going to be things that you can actually afford. Not in this economy anyway. And we went out for brunch, as you saw, which was not brunch, it was lunch. We went out for lunch and I got the comically small plate of home fries because I wanted to get fries because I had already eaten like basically eggs, like a sandwich or whatever that you saw earlier, so I didn't want to eat that again. I was like, I really want French fries and mayo, and they're like, oh, our fryer is broken. I'm like, oh, damn it. I'm like, okay, well, I'll have home fries, and they weren't very good, but I ate them anyways. I think right now I will, I don't know, eat something else and for dinner, and probably chips. I really want to eat chips because that wasn't really a lot of lunch, so I'm gonna eat chips most likely for dinner, which is really taking care of myself there, doing a real good job, and relax because I'm really tired. That was a lot of traipsing in the hot sun on September 30th. Yeah, so I think that I don't really have anything else to do for the rest of the evening, so I might show you running through the lines of an acting class tomorrow afternoon, so I'm gonna be running through that. Maybe I'll show you a bit of me doing that later on, I don't know. Anyway, I'll check in later. I don't know how instructive my experiences are because I didn't go to NYU, but recent hysterical whining that's been thrown at my firm has made me reflect upon an experience that happened to me in high school. Unfortunately, my family forced me to ride to the community college with a local, no, that's not it. Unfortunately, my family forced me to ride to the community college with a girl who was a full-time student there. Her name was Lauren. That's not her name, actually. The name is Lindsay. Fuck, why do I always mess that up? I just want to call her Lauren. Every time I call her Lauren. Okay. Unfortunately, my family forced me to ride to the community college with a... Unfortunately, my family forced me to ride to the... Unfortunately, my family forced me to ride to the community college with a girl who was a full-time student there. Her name was Lindsay, our neighbor's daughter. I knew what was going on. What was going on had a name. Resentment. So now you get to hear me to talk to myself. It's not really actually talking to myself. I'm gonna do the scene with an app that is me recording my partner's lines.
Maybe it seems that way to you because you're not as intelligent as me.
I got a 760 on the GMAT. You?
770.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You got a 750.
No, 770.
I remember that day you got a 750.
That's weird. You're wrong, as usual.
I'm gonna get an assistant to call Wharton this afternoon.
To ask them my GMAT score?
Yes.
That's insane.
Here's one of the many things that bother me about this plan. I know it is your greatest passion in life to treat this firm like a charitable organization instead of a business, but
This will make us a lot of money.
it almost certainly will not make us as much money as possible. And if it appears that he's trying to grow Landmark so that the press will stop being mean to us, that's not good, Seth. Who in their right mind will invest with us if they think that Rick is choosing deals to make an emotional appeal to people in the press who know nothing about what we do in the first place? So, that's it for that's it for me today, rather. It's like, just after 10 o'clock, I think. I'm gonna watch a little bit of Star Trek: The Next Generation. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this channel. I thought about maybe like doing, I don't know, not food review, but like going around to like restaurants and eating videos, because I love watching those videos. People just like going around and going to restaurants and eating. I love watching those ones. I think those are really, really calming to watch. And just like, yes, tell us about the food that you just ate. Just love to see it. Ew, there's like a bug that's flying around, gross. Oh, I don't know if anybody really wants to see that. Me doing that, that's a different story. But anyway, have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you decide to do with it. Take care of yourself. Keep fit and have fun. Bye. Nah.